Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the Tarot Collective for today. Today is Wednesday. It is May 13th, 2026. You may follow me on the tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Intuitive Almanac by Rob Berthelman. You can find this at intuitiveintention.com. It is going to reroute you to his Etsy shop to buy decks. Or at least that's what it did for me like 3 months ago. His link is in my link tree if you're interested. I don't get commission. I don't get free decks. I just put it on there because I love his decks. And that is all. Intuitiveintention.com. It's just easy for you to type it in. I'm just saying. And buy a really amazing deck from someone that's really amazing. It's just that simple. Oh, shit. What is that from? Oh, shit. It's a soundbite or it's a song? Oh, shit. From a show, I thought. Like it was on a show. Or something would happen and then you'd hear, oh, shit. We got one on the table and it's a major. 2 on the table. Someone's going through a death and rebirth. Three on the table, 4 on the table. I'm going to do 3 readings today. Just an FYI, I'm going to do another tarot reading, but probably going to do it a little bit later. After I walk a little bit more and probably wash my hair. And I might do another foot scrub. Oh, this is weird. I don't usually do this, but this is kind of weird how it goes in like descending order. 6 of spring, 5 of summer, 4 of winter. It's a little weird, isn't it? It's a little weird. Bottom of the deck right now is the Fool. I think somebody's going to find out some information about a situation. And it might be kind of hard to take, but it's really going to make somebody like open up their eyes and kind of like see. It's almost like it's going to make somebody open up their eyes and it's going to make them realize that they really did always have their eyes going like on the future and that they just need to keep them there. It's giving me like somebody finding something out about a situation and realizing, you know what? Like I left that situation, I walked away from that person or whatever, and it was the best thing I could have done because look at where I'm going. It kind of gives me that. Let's do 2 more shuffles. Like somebody's just going to realize they were headed in the right direction the whole time. You know, you guys know, like sometimes we're just meant to meet people or be in situations. It's not even necessarily about us. It could be about something or someone else. And we're just kind of there, you know, as filler. You know, not everything is always about us. And sometimes you just got to realize, like, you just got to pick up the pieces and move on. Whatever that means for you. And unfortunately, you know, like we live in the 3D, so we live here. We feel things. We see things, right? But you got to remember, like God, your angels, your ancestors, your dearly departed loved ones, they're not here. So when you get sent lessons, it's kind of And I know this is going to sound kind of rude, kind of mean, but it's meant to be a lesson, and you're supposed to figure it out, and you're supposed to, get your shit together and move on. You're not supposed to, like, like hem and haw, like, oh, do I take a person back? Oh, do I give them a second chance? Like, God, your angels, your ancestors, they're just going to assume that, like, you got the lesson, you're ready to go, you're ready to move. Whereas we're humans, right? We live down here, and it's like, when anything ever happens in my world, like the guy I was in love with last year at work, I literally would tell God, okay, I get it, it was a lesson, like, I gotta move on. I said, but I'm human, and I'm here and now. I said, you gotta give me a minute, like, you gotta give me a little bit of time here, maybe a little bit more time. But somebody's gonna realize, like, I'm glad I walked away. I didn't waste my time on this. I got out while I could. This is the last shuffle, by the way. Yeah, look at this. I like it. Look at this. Bottom of the deck. Temperance. Oh, get out of here. You got... Oh my God. I told you, 6 of spring, 5 of summer, 4 of winter. Now, another card came out in between, which I'm going to show you in a minute. This was bottom of the deck, okay? So technically not part of the reading, but it could be. Bottom of the deck is 3 of spring. Descending order, 6, 5, 4, 3. Grief can water new growth. The healing rain. I've done this 3 times today, or this is the 3rd time I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave my deck face up. So here's the 5 cards on the table. We've got death, rebirth, 6 of spring. We got 5 of summer. We got 4 of winter. And then bottom of the deck, the devil. And then, like I said, bottom of the deck is temperance. And bottom of the deck is 3 of spring. And after that is Wheel of Fortune. So here's the deal. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. Like I said, somebody dodged a bullet. Honestly, somebody dodged a bullet. Like, somebody may have felt, or maybe you still feel like you lost something, like you lost out on something, but something's going to come in, a piece of information, a download. Somebody's going to meditate or something, or you're going to have a dream, and somebody's going to realize, you're going to realize, like, what is meant for you never leaves you. And what isn't meant for you is just bullshit. Like, like, somebody's going to realize, like, maybe me losing that person, maybe me losing out on that job, whatever the case, somebody's going to realize, like, you know what? That was the divine intervention. That was God saving my ass. Not them taking the person away from me, not them taking the job away from me. No, they saved me. Like, they literally pulled my ass out of the fire. Like, somebody's going to realize, like, what they thought was horrible, what they thought, like, gave them heartache and heartbreak and ruin their life. They're going to realize, like, that was, like, the best fucking thing that could have happened to them. And I'm just going to be honest. I feel like we all feel like that, don't we? Like, we all have situations with people, with whatever, and we're in the moment, and, like, we're devastated, we're like, well, why the fuck didn't that work out? Why, but then, like, 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later, and you're literally living a different life. You're literally not even anywhere close to where you were the year before, and you kind of realize, like, it clicks, like, maybe that was just the stepping stone. That was never meant for me. This This is what was meant for me. Whether you got a new person, you got a new job, whatever. Like, it's like waking up and realizing, like, fuck that. That wasn't the shit. This is the shit. I'm living the shit. I am the shit. With this devil card, it's like probably breaking some kind of pattern too, especially if this is like a relationship and you leave this relationship and you're devastated thinking you lost the one, but then 6 months later you look at it and you're like, that fucker was just like everybody else. Like, that guy, that woman, whatever, they were a turd just like everybody else. And it's kind of like, and I'm going to use it as an example again, is the guy I was in love with last year. I told you guys, like, I walked away from that situation and I was devastated because I felt like he didn't want to talk, he didn't want to communicate, he didn't even want to remain friends. And then my two girlfriends ditched me and went towards him to be friends. And I think I told you guys like a month, 2 months ago, like everybody in the department, everybody in the warehouse talks about them like behind their back, like how they're like a threesome and like there's all kinds of weird stuff going on there, and one's in love with one and one's in love with the other, and the one's cheating on their boyfriend of like 20 fucking years, and like just like all kinds of crazy gossip going on about them. And it's kind of like I look back on it and I'm like, I'm glad I walked away. Like, I'm glad I just walked away and chose myself and decided to do my own thing. you know when there was no communication there, when he didn't want to talk, like I literally was devastated. I really was. Because I didn't just lose like a potential lover, like I lost, somebody that I thought of as a friend. But it's funny because now, like, I look at them and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, one part of me feels bad for them. I feel sorry for them, the way that they behave. And then the other part of me is kind of like, I guess you get what you get. I don't know. Yeah, but people talk about how he's with the one and with the other doesn't know, and the one doesn't know, and the one has been in a relationship with her boyfriend for like, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 years, has two kids. Like there's all kinds of stuff going on in our department, in the warehouse, like all kinds of gossip about them. And I don't even know that they realize. I don't even know that they realize. Like, there was gossip about the one that has the longtime boyfriend supposedly being in his car with him, kissing him and stuff. Like, I don't know if that was December, January. Like, and it's funny because someone, my one of my friends at work, one of my other friends, younger friends, was telling me about it, and she was on one side of me, and the one with the longtime boyfriend and the two kids was on the other side of me, and by that time we weren't even talking, but she's telling me what's going on, and I said really loudly, I said, "There's cameras in the parking lot. Like, if you're out there smooching and monkeying around in your car, like there is a possibility that that could be on camera footage. Like, there." And the young woman that has the longtime boyfriend and the two kids, her longtime boyfriend works at our other warehouse like two towns over. So he works for the same company. And I don't know why she would have it in her head to play with fire at work. Like, I would not be. Like, your man works for the same company. Granted, not in the same building, but for the same company, and you could possibly be monkeying around behind his back. Like, why would you do that at work? Like, go meet somebody at a bar. Like, tell him you're going to hang out with your girlfriends and go meet somebody at a bar. Like, why would you do that at work? Because what if he were to transfer? Because he could. I mean, technically he could transfer. They're not married, so they don't have the same last name, you know? They've just been together a long time. I don't know. It's just like it just made me laugh. It just made me, the whole situation made me laugh because Like, I walked away from that shit and I was just, I was like, I'm, you know, I miss all of their, like, I miss being friends with all of them. But I mean, how much can you really miss being with people that didn't have your back, at the end of the day? So, yeah, I just, like, I look back on that situation and I'm glad I walked away. I'm glad I got out of there. Because, I mean, I think all the rumors probably started like maybe September, October ish of last year, and they're still going on. It's May. It's a year later. It's May. Like, still going on. Anywho, because here's the thing, whatever this situation is, somebody's going to look at something differently and somebody's going to look at themselves differently. There's going to be a change in perspective. And like I said, with the devil card, like somebody's going to break their pattern, whatever that may be for them, for you. And like I said, this 3 of spring, the healing rain, grief can water new growth. So even if somebody is upset about a situation, they learn something and they're upset about it, you can channel that anger, sadness, hatred, whatever you want to call it. You can channel that into better. You can channel that into abundance. I mean, I do that every time I have my heart broken, whether it's by a person or a situation or what. I do that every time, to the point where I think people are a little fucking surprised, honestly. Because even, I mean, I still am technically heartbroken over that situation. It's just, again, it's been almost a year, and it's kind of like I can't sit and dwell in that like my whole life. Like, I have to get up and move. Like, I'm a Gemini, Virgo rising, Aries moon, Leo North Node. Like, I don't have time to sit on my ass and cry and whine. And that's not to say every once in a while I don't think about them and I get sad and I reminisce, because I do. I mean, I'm human, but I don't sit in that energy. Like, I fucking move. I get up and do shit. I can't not. I can't not. Grief, grief can beget new growth. And then here we go. The turning leaves, Wheel of Fortune. Each cycle inspires growth. Every time you experience a little setback, every time, you should be channeling that into something fucking better. You should not be wallowing in that. And I'm not saying you can't take a minute to grieve and mourn, because again, we're human. That we should do that. You should never discount your emotions. But at the end of the day, even when you're still grieving, even when you're still mourning, pick your ass up and move. Because that's what's going to keep you moving. You don't want to sit there in that grief and that mourning period and just sit there and dwell on it, because it's going to lead to depression. Like, I don't care if it's literally you just getting out of bed, taking a shower, doing the dishes, doing the laundry, turning on the TV, listening to some YouTube, watching an old movie on Netflix. It's movement. Cleaning your home, playing with your dog, going to see your kids or your grandkids or whatever. It's movement. Even the simplest thing is movement. I don't know who these people are. It's always telling me, oh, there's somebody on TikTok you might know. I don't know who that is. How do I know who that is? I don't know. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. And please, please, please don't be offended by anything I say. Because again, grieving, mourning, that is all something you do in your own time. And like I said, it's okay to grieve and mourn, but don't sit there too long. And like I said, keep doing something. Keep busy. You can grieve and mourn and still keep your little hands and your little feet busy. I hope everybody has a good day, a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you later.